All right, guys, we are live Sunday evening. It's hard to do this a couple months ago. I feel like the Sunday evening shows more, so I'm kind of enjoying it. But
Yeah,
we're
me
going to
too.
recap UFC 305, guys. So looking forward to that, and then we're going to preview UFC Vegas 96, last card before a little bit of a break. For what we have like a 1 week break, I guess. So
Mhm.
not a huge break until that Sphere show, which is going to be amazing. So I can't wait to talk about that. But yeah, we're going to recap UFC 305. Marcel, how was your weekend, my friend?
Yeah, my weekend was good, dude. I mean, some good fights last night, so that's always good. And yeah,
Yeah,
I had a good weekend, man. Nothing special, but nothing bad. What about you?
pretty good. I mean, I feel like the card yesterday was a really good card actually, and Marcel, some of these cards, like the card last week was absolute shit, and we talked about it, and we cried about it, we whined about. Well, I whined about it. I'll say that, but it was bad, and it's just like those kind of cards are hard to watch sometimes, and hard to get through. Then you have a card like this that I had high hopes for, and it turned out to be a really good card. And again, it's just like this is why I love the sport for cards like this, where you have great finishes, you have great fights, like multiple great fights. It feels like a lot of the time, Marcel, these days, like you might have one really good fight in a card, and then you're lucky. I feel like we had probably two great fights. Even though one didn't get a bonus, we'll talk about that in a sec. But I think you had some really good finishes and overall, very, very fucking solid card. I think so. Looking forward to talking about with you, man. Let's get some comments. We got Tristan in the chat. Tristan, what's up? Yeah, I know. I had. We'll talk about that in a second. Tristan, you were in the sports interaction chat, right? That's you that was in there, right? I think it's you. I don't have access to it, but I think it was you. Joe, what's up, man? Yeah, I think. I mean, I always ask you at the end, but I'm just gonna say it right now. I have it at 9 or 10. I think. Is that fair? I can't hear you. I actually can't hear you.
Can
There
you
you
hear
go.
me?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Um, I'm going 8.5.
That's fine. I mean, that's about the same. Yeah, I think that's good. What's up, man? Yeah, the main card was good. The card was good overall. I think even the prelims were not bad. So we'll get into that in a second here, guys. Now, again, Sunday night, don't have my daughter, so I'm responsible adult here. I can have a beverage, Marcel. I got a good beer here, Marcel. I don't know if they have this one in. Oh, fuck. Can't even open it. You got to use a. Why is this not? Oh, I see. There's like some paper on it. Okay, that should work. There we go. Do you know what this is? They have that there.
Stella Artois, yeah,
Yeah.
that's Belgian beer. Yes.
Okay. Close enough. They have that there though, right? You guys
Yeah,
have
yeah.
that? Yeah,
You,
yeah.
I mean, I live at the border, so I can
Yeah.
get the beer whenever I want. Yeah, yeah.
How much is a six pack there for you? Like if you wanted to buy six beers,
I don't know, dude. I never buy a six pack, so I have no
well, you
idea,
buy
man.
24, or you buy two for it.
No,
Marcel's a
no,
big drunk.
I really have no idea, man. But it's like you have to pay. How do you say that? I don't know how you say that in English. Like extra because you have to bring it back to the store.
Yeah, deposit. Yeah, I know. They do
Yeah,
the same thing here. Yeah.
yeah. I hate that
Anyways,
shit,
I was
by the
just
way.
curious. It's like $15 here. Anyways,
Okay.
no, that's cool, Tristan. I appreciate that, man. All right. Yeah, you did fumble the bag a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second. I mean, I think we just get into the recap. So no point of dragging it on. So we're gonna recap 305 contender series and PFL, and then we'll preview Vegas 96 in the next podcast. All
And
right.
we did pretty well with contender series as well, man.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
we did good. We had some upsets. We called
I
some
think
upsets.
yeah, we only had one bad pick, I think, but
Yeah.
overall.
So yeah, I agree. So we'll talk about that in a second. Getting to 305. I just looked at the staff picks. We both went 7-5. We we had a consensus underdog,
Yeah, the
Mr.
first one
Jesus
correct.
Aguilar, and he put my tweet on TV. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, with the show,
I
right?
told Nick. Nick was happy. I mean,
Uh,
hey man, hopefully get a few more followers from that. That was pretty
yeah, it'd
sick.
be cool.
Didn't expect that, but yeah, I mean, we had a consensus dog that won easily. And then I actually had another dog, Ricardo Ramos. He won, and you had Dricus Plessis, which I mean, it was basically a pick 'em, but like I'll
Yeah,
give you credit for it. It was a really good pick. Obviously, he submitted the guy, so easy. So good pick there. But yeah, I think when we recorded this show last week, he was an underdog. So I want to give you credit for that pick. So if we just fucking listened to each other, we would have had 3 dog picks each.
you had Casey O'Neill, right?
No, I didn't have her. Yeah,
Oh, I
so
thought you had
other
Casey.
people in the no. You know what? I thought about it a little bit, but I took Santos. But yeah,
All right.
yeah, she won easily. All right, let's get into the recap. All right, so starting with the first with the main event, work our way down. Yeah, so my thoughts on this fight were great fight, really good fight. I think
Mhm.
you could have did a double fight of the night. I think the UFC should have given out extra money on this card because they saved 50 grand last week. I think it's
Yeah,
kind of crazy
actually.
that I think it's crazy that Duplessis didn't get
Bonus.
yeah, I think that was a little crazy. But yeah, overall, I mean, it was a good card, man.
Adam is just closing his porn.
Yeah, no, I guess sorry, I just got a message actually from our boss. that's why it just popped up. I'll read that in a second. But yeah, no, it was a really good fight, man. I had it 2-1 for Izzy heading into the third round. In the fourth round. I think it was close. You could have had it either way. I think you could have had it either way, but I went with Duplessis in the first and second, in the second round. Had Izzy barely in the first round, and then the third round. Fourth round, I thought Izzy was doing well. I thought he was winning the round, and then kind of just got really tired, and DDP started landing and dropped him and just submitted him. So really impressive. I mean, it's just my fault for picking against DDP. I mean, the guy's amazing. You can't pick against this guy. It's crazy. Like, he looks gassed, and he just has more gas in the tank. It's crazy. For Adesanya, I think it's a tough loss. I mean, 3 or 4 losses now. His last 4 fights, that's tough. Does have the win over Alex Pereira, which is amazing, but the losses are rough. He's in a weird spot, but I want to focus on Dricus because he won the belt and he defended the title. And I mean, the guy's amazing, Marcel. And I think he needs to get more credit too. I mean, he has wins over Izzy, Sean Strickland, and Robert Whittaker in his last 3 fights. That's fucking amazing. So he should be one of the top 10 pound for pound guys right now, easily. Maybe even top 5, because he has 3 wins over top 15 pound for pound guys. That's actually really interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's incredible, and it was a great fight. I can't believe he didn't get a bonus. I mean, I just really am shocked by that. I think he should have easily got an extra bonus there, but yeah, overall, a really good fight, strong finish. Give me your thoughts on this, man.
What I think is funny is that I can understand the complete, how do you say that? The complete conversation in the corner of Dricus, the Afrikaans. I can understand that completely. Yeah. So, I mean, a close fight, man. I mean, the first round, you could give it to Dricus, you could give it to Adesanya. I think that was a very close round. Second round, I would think clearly Dricus, in my opinion. Third round was for Adesanya. And I felt like Adesanya was also winning the fourth round until he wasn't winning the fourth round anymore, So, almost a typical Dricus win, the moment you think like he's pretty much done, he pulls a rabbit out of the head and and he finishes. So, it was a good win, man. I think for Dricus, a very important one as well. I think, listen, nothing against Izzy, but much better for the division, the Dricus one, I think. He'll probably fight Strickland next. What they said, I'm cool with that. I don't mind. Although I think Robert deserves a little bit more. But Robert's fighting Kamzat, so that's not going to happen. I mean, good that they kind of hashed it out after the fight, because that stuff kind of went ugly, in my opinion, at a certain moment, And when stuff like that happens in MMA, many people are jumping on it, and make it even worse. So it's good. They came eye to eye after the fight, talk with each other.
I figured they would too. That's good. I figured they would. I mean, they're both like all-time greats, I would say, at this point. I mean, it's crazy to say about Dricus, but I think he is, man. I mean, I'm looking at his stats right now. His record 8-0 in the UFC, and again, the wins are highly regarded. He has wins over Izzy and Whittaker by stoppage. Like, those guys don't really get finished, and then he beat Strickland in a close fight. So it's impressive. I was glad to see them kind of hash it out at the end. That was good to see. Let me ask you about Izzy now. Like, what do we do with him? I mean, he's in a rough spot, right?
He wants to continue, so like he can continue. There are a lot of fights he can fight in the division. I feel like he can fight Kamzat after Whittaker, but Kamzat, if he wins, probably gets the title shot. He can fight the winner of Nasruddinov of Brandon Allen. I mean, there are a lot of options. It is whatever he wants or whatever they want with him, and he can work back to another title shot. But for now, we'll see. And I think, like, people are saying Adesanya is washed. I mean, I think you can say that after going a fight like this against Dricus as well. It was super competitive, and arguably he was winning. So can't say he's washed, in my opinion. But
no, I don't think so either. But you could see some signs of decline for sure, right?
Of course. But I mean, these guys getting older. And Adesanya's 35. I mean, he came kind of late in the UFC because he was into kickboxing before, you know. And there's a lot of people, when he came in the UFC, people were like, oh, he's 22 or 23, but he wasn't. He wasn't.
No,
that
he's
young,
a little bit
know?
older, like you said.
Yeah.
He made his debut in, I think it was 2018. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, he did a lot in 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
He accomplished a lot in 6 years. Like, he beat some really good guys. He had some great wins. I will say this too, man. As good as Izzy is, I was never buying the whole he's better than Anderson Silva thing, and I feel like at this point he can't be better than Anderson, right?
He never was, in my opinion. Listen, man, people will say, but he beat Anderson. Yeah, man, Chris Weidman also beat Anderson twice. You know what I mean? But nobody puts Chris Weidman above Anderson Silva in the GOATs list of middleweight, in my opinion, I think. So,
yep.
I mean,
and that's the thing. Anderson was like 45 when he fought him too. It's not like he was, the prime version of himself, right? So, by the way, Nick just said hi.
What's up?
No, he just sent me a message. Everything's good. I'll tell you about what happened later. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Let's get some comments, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think they're going to go to Africa. I mean, that's what they're saying. They're going to go to South Africa, which is part of Africa. People are like, oh, it's not the real Africa. No, it's part of Africa. I think it counts.
Yeah, I don't understand. What?
I don't get it either. It's part of Africa. Yeah, I know there's more, like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to, the demographics different, we can say that, but it's still Africa. Like, is he just as African as anyone else? Like, doesn't matter the skin color. He is African. I mean,
that's like saying we're going to South America and they go to Brazil and then Peru is like, no, you then went to South America. I mean,
I'm with you. It's stupid. But yeah, I think it counts for sure. Yeah, I think it was close, Joey. I think. How did you have it? 2-1 Izzy or DDP?
I think I gave DDP the first round. I think I have 2-1 DDP. But like I said, if you have 2-1 Adesanya, I won't disagree. But one judge, I think David Letterby scored the third round for Dricus.
I was just going to mention that. So like the two judges that had it 1-1 or 2-0 even for DDP are fine. But the one that had it the third round, which I think was the clearest.
For Adesanya, yeah.
Very odd. And we'll talk about the judging for the other fights in a second because, wow. Would you rather see Strickland or Rob Hamzat? So DDP said he thinks it's going to be Strickland, but he thinks it should be Rob. That's what DDP said.
I agree with him.
So that's what he said. So, I mean, he's the champ, right? So,
listen, man, and I think Strickland still deserves, based on that first fight, I think he deserves a title shot, And the others, if you look at it, Strickland beat Costa, Rob beat Costa, but Rob also beat Imavov. No, not Alex Kirov, So, and now he's fighting
Imavov too. Sorry, Strickland. My bad. Yeah, Rob beat Alex Kirov. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which DDP said yesterday, he's like, that's a good win that no one's like giving him credit for now. Because he finished him so fast and everyone's like, oh, this guy's not that good. Ikram's pretty good.
Yeah.
Rob is really good. Anyways, I'm with you. Fluffy and Izzy. I mean, that could be the kind of fight he has to take now. Like, he might have to fight down in the ranks. He's in a weird spot, guys. He really is. There's a move to 205 to fight Pereira. There is that move, but I don't think that fight goes well for him. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it goes well for him.
Actually, he can fight the winner of Fluffy against Pereira, I think,
He might have to. He's going to, listen, if he wants to get a title shot, he's going to have to win probably 2 more fights, I would say. At least 2 more fights. He can't just win one and get, like, he got gifted kind of a title shot after a one-sided loss, right? Because it's Izzy.
It's based on the bullshit besides the fight. He got the title shot.
DP has a weird style, knows how to win. I agree. Antoine, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. Yeah, the first round was close. I mean, you could give it to him. Thanks, Drew. Appreciate that. Get some other comments, guys. I've been to East Africa. I want to go South. I've never been to Africa at all. It'd be cool. Fluffy would. I mean, he might win that fight. To be honest with Fluffy, like Fluffy's a tough matchup for a lot of people. If it went the distance, I mean, the fourth round was wild too. So I think it would have been probably a split decision for someone. Dricus probably would have won the fight based on how that fourth round. Like, just say he didn't finish him, he probably would, still won that round based on the damage. What's the difference between DDP getting the close rounds against Izzy but not Gamer against Hooker? I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Different judges, I guess. I have to look and see exactly who the judges were, but probably that. Strickland's boring. He's boring, but he's effective. Gabriel, what's up, man? He says, glad to see Marcel's live after the game against Pandy Theaco.
Jesus, man.
I actually, it's crazy. When I went to Greece one time, I actually went to their stadium. That's cool. Let's see. Izzy's 8-3 in 11 straight title fights. Don't feel like anyone else. Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, he got lucky, he got this third fight, but again, he's kind of in a weird spot. Kind of I wouldn't say a weird spot, but just in a privileged position because of his resume and also the fact that I think a lot of people thought the fight with Strickland was a fluke, right? Like I think a lot of people thought that. I'm not so sure anymore. You know, at the time I thought it was surprising. I couldn't believe it, but now looking back, it's like maybe the division's kind of lapped him a little bit. You know, it's possible, right? Like he's still really good. Don't get me wrong, Izzy's good, but if it was a 3-round fight, he would have lost anyways. Like if 5-round fight, he ended up getting finished, getting submitted for the first time. It's a tough look. 3 or 4 losses. Again, 2 elite guys: Strickland, Pereira, Plessis. These are all elite guys we're talking about, Marcel. And don't forget the first Pereira fight, which is kind of where he started going downhill a little bit. You know, he was winning that fight and then just got smashed in the 5th round. Actually, kind of similar to this fight, to be honest with you, like where he just got kind of tired and just started getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't surprised. I mean, I saw a lot. So I did look at the scorecards on Twitter, like just during the fight, and then on TV they showed Aaron and your boy Sean. They had 2-1 DDP. I think all the scorecards had it for Dricus.
I mean,
it was close.
The problem is with the commentary, it's kind of biased in my opinion. But
to Izzy or to DDP?
To Izzy, yeah.
I agree, Marcel, but I do think this fight was super close. Like I think.
Yeah, but they're always biased. Izzy, it's really annoying.
Obviously, they are. All right. Anything else you want to talk about that? Or move on.
I'm good, man. I think it was a great fight. I enjoyed it. And yeah, crazy finish by Dricus at the moment. Actually, you don't expect it anymore, you know.
Would you have given him a bonus?
Of course. I mean, tapping on Adesanya. Who else did it?
Crazy.
I can't remember.
It's crazy. All right, let's go to the next fight. Co-main event, another big upset here. Kai Kara-France defeats Steve Erceg by knockout. Like the line went crazy at the end, and Kai was like over a plus 200 underdog, so he gets the win here. You know, Erceg was looking pretty good, and then Kai just started landing these huge punches, dropped him twice, gets the knockout. Huge win for Kai. I think he should get the title shot. Dude, I'm not with this whole Kai Asakura, the other Kai. It's funny, Kai's like, I'm the better Kai. Kai Kara-France. Listen, that guy's a good fighter, obviously, but like, I don't think you should be getting a title shot in the UFC based on a win over Juan Archuleta in Ryzen. Like that, to me, that's ridiculous. That guy should at least get one fight in the UFC. He should have to fight a top contender before he gets a title shot. Like Steve Erceg's a guy that a lot of people thought won the belt in his last fight. He's very good. I think knocking him out is such a huge win. And I do think he beat Albazi last year. I picked Albazi. I was happy to get that decision. He lost that fight. Albazi should have lost that fight. Kai Kara-France should have won that fight. He's a very good fighter, obviously. And I think I would rather see him get the title shot against Pantoja. It is a rematch. They fought an Ultimate Fighter, but it's a different fight. It's only a 2-round fight. What do you think? You think he should get the shot, or do you think Kai Asakura? And by the way, Kristen, I know he has a win over Kopp. He also has a win over Horiguchi. I'm not buying it. I think Matthias Nicolau has a win over Manal Kopp too in the UFC. Should he get a title shot? I think Kai Asakura is a really good fighter, but I just don't think you should get a title shot based on a 2-fight win streak in Ryzen. I will stand for. I think Kai deserves it more. Anyways, I want to get your thoughts, Marcel.
I don't think Kai Asakura deserves it. I also don't think Kai Kara-France deserves it. So
who should get it then?
I mean, who else do we have there still? You know,
the winner of Royval and Tyra, I guess.
Yeah, give it. If Tyra wins, give it to Tyra. Yeah, I'm actually with that.
Pantoja's gonna have to wait a while. That's the only thing, right? It's the timing.
I mean, if they can listen, man. If Tyra doesn't, how do you say that? Doesn't get any damage, maybe he can turn around quick for December. You know, if not, then not. You know, but I mean, we also can do Kai Asakura against Kai Kara-France. I also don't mind that. You know. Yeah, but I wouldn't let him fight for a title. Definitely not coming off a loss over Moreno, then a loss. I know you don't think it was a loss. I also didn't think it was a loss, but still a loss over Albazi. Then not fighting for over a year almost, and then coming back and getting one win over Erceg, who is actually ranked number 7 or 8 right now. You know, so
I understand that. Yeah,
I'm not with that.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think Erceg was better than his ranking.
That's what I agree with. That's what I agree with.
You know, I don't really look at them that closely, and then when they showed it on the screen yesterday, Summer 7, I'm like, how? You know, but
listen,
yeah, go ahead.
This is just stupid, man. You know, why would you make Muhammad Mokaev against Manal Kopp if you want to take out?
Yeah.
Why if you want to kick out Muhammad Mukayev, you know what I mean? Because we know before that fight were already talks that they didn't like him and they probably wanted to kick him out, you know? So why do you even make that fight with the chance that he beats Cobb, which he actually did, you know what I mean? So that's just stupid to me.
I'm with you. Let's get some other comments here. By the way, we had John in the chat. He said, "Good time for the show." And I appreciate that, man. Yeah, we're looking forward to doing it, and we're doing it at a nice little time here. Albazi's in a weird spot. I mean, actually, Albazi, I saw his interview with Farah on Junkie. He actually is asking for a rematch with Kai because he's like, I know most people thought I lost the fight, so I'll rematch the guy. So
yeah, I'm good with that.
And he hasn't fought in a year and a half. Like he has to win. I don't think he's going to get a title shot, Albazi. Even though you could. I don't think he wants it either. I think he actually wants to get another fight before he gets a
he was actually rumored to fight Moreno, but for some reason
he was supposed to fight him. I think he got pulled out. It was Mexico City main event this year.
Yeah, but even later this year he was supposed to fight him, but it didn't happen. I don't know why not.
We got Torn in the chat. What's up, man? Erceg Cop. Actually, that would be a good fight. I don't mind that one. Do you like that? Erceg
yeah,
Cop?
why not?
That's a good fight. I like that.
I also like Cop against Cara France still, man.
It'd be good. I mean, I just think Cop's in a stupid spot now because the UFC is dumb with the matchmaking. Yeah. If they knew that they were going to cut Makayev, which they knew before the fight, because it's not like this just happened. Why didn't they just give him someone like that they don't care about? You know what I mean?
Adam, UFC done with the matchmaking? No.
I think they have the best matchmakers in the sport, but doesn't mean every fight's good. You know, I think that
Jesus, man, the main event of Salt Lake City. No,
I know. We'll talk about that after, but yeah. Anyways, actually, speaking of some good matchmaking, because like on paper, this fight looked like it was one-sided, and it didn't turn out that way. Dan Hooker defeats Mateusz Gamrot, so you did have number 11 beat number 5. Fight of the night, obviously, great fight, Marcel, amazing fight. Yeah, what a fucking war! Wow, what a great fight. So. It was a hard fight to score. I mean, I think this fight you could have won either way too, right? You agree with that?
I think the first round. Listen, I know many people
scored the first round.
I scored still for Gamrot, dude.
So did I, but it was so close I didn't argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, same, exactly the same. Second round, I gave to Hooker. I think that was the most clean round. And the third round, I went with Gamrot. So I scored.
Oh, really?
I scored it for Gamrot, but I don't mind that Hooker won because it was
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was competitive for sure. I think I had the second for I think I had the second for Gamrot, third for Hooker. So for me, it came down to the first round. But again, I think you could argue either way. It was a split decision. Like if Gamrot won, I don't think anyone would have been angry. They did go with the damage over control though, which I don't mind. I don't mind that at all.
The problem is with the first round is that Gamrot was touching him up for 4 minutes, man. In my opinion, you know, and then he got dropped.
The judges forget about that though.
By the way, no knockdown given, by the way, by UFC stats.
Not only that fight, but also Protez didn't get any in the first round, which it seemed like he dropped him twice and even talked about it. I mean, it was a close fight. Like, anyways, the fact that it was even that close, like for Gamrot to lose to a guy ranked so far below him is a bad loss. I feel like this kills him as a contender in this division.
Yeah, it does.
It's fucked. It kind of ruined his career because he's also like not super young. He's 30. Mm-hmm. He's turning 34 in a couple months. Like he's not a young guy. So if you were his management, would you have taken this fight? Was it too risky?
Let's be really honest. Did you ever thought in your mind that he was going to lose this fight?
I thought that it would be a competitive fight, Marcel, because I looked at the takedown defense and Hooker was like 80%. So I'm like, okay, it's going to be somewhat competitive, but I still thought Gamrot would get takedowns.
Exactly. So
which he did. Just because he's such a good wrestler, right?
I think they think the same, that they were going to win this fight anyways. You know what I mean? With the qualities Gamrot had. So that's why I think they took the fight. So yeah.
Yeah, and Gamrot has been to how many three split decisions in the UFC? He's won 2 of them. You know what though? To be fair to Gamrot, like this is what happened when you leave to the judges. Because I don't think he beat Arman when they fought.
No, I agree. Arman won that fight.
So, like, it's gone both ways for him. And I think I did score him against Kutata Ladze in his first fight.
Yeah,
I think.
Same. Yeah.
Right? And then the Jalen Turner fight, I think I scored it for Turner. So he's been in some weird fights, right? I know, right? So he can't really complain. He's leaving it to the judges. These close fights. There was a bunch of people in the chat talking about what's next for Dan. I do like the Gaethje fight some of you guys are saying. I think it's a fun fight. Like I'm surprised they haven't fought yet. I think it'd be a war. You like it?
I'm saying main event fight night, Charles Oliveira.
Where in New Zealand?
In New Zealand or in Brazil, I don't give a fuck. You know, you can even put that in somewhere in Bangor, Maine or whatever. I don't give a shit.
I don't mind it either, but like honestly, I think Oliveira destroys Dan Hooker. Like
I mean,
I think Gaethje's more fair fight, personally.
Yeah, but why would I care? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's a fun fight. You know, Hooker is always coming to throw down and to do great, to give a good fight, competitive fight. He always tries. And Oliveira's dog as well, so I love that fight, man.
I agree, Tristan. I mean, Gaethje's going to need some time off, but I think Hooker's going to need time off. Dude, he suffered some damage in this fight and took some nasty cuts. Like, he's going to be off for 6 months, too, I think. So, by the time these guys are back in the cage next year, I don't mind that fight. But, yeah. What about for Gamrot? I mean, he's kind of in a weird spot now, right, Gamrot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're going to do with Gamrot, man. Give him Pimblet.
Maybe they'll do that fight. Maybe. I mean, I don't even know. I would favor Gamrot, though. It's still favorite. It's just like tough because he loses this fight. It's like, where's his motivation going to be from now on?
Yeah, I'm also good with what Dirty Hippo says, man. The rematch against Fiziev, it's also good for me.
Yeah, that's always an injury. Where is Fiziev coming back?
Yeah, I think so. No, don't know against who and when. I think there were talks that he was fighting in September, but I don't think that happened. So I don't know.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to the next fight. This shit show here. Jairzinho Rozenstruik defeats Tai Tuivasa by split decision. So when it's a split decision, you know that they put that line in the middle between the fighters. You know when they show them on the screen, they have that line.
It was like, what the fuck,
buddy? I was like, no way, no fucking way. And when they start reading the names of the judges, you know it's a split. I couldn't believe it. I honestly think it's the worst scorecard of all time. I really do. You can't argue any round for Tai Tuivasa. He got outstruck in every round. Jairzinho outlanded him 91-37 each round, 19-9, 36-13, and 36-15. How in the fucking hell could you give even one round to Tai? That's crazy. So I actually think that 29-28 scorecard's bad too.
It also sucks, yeah.
Yeah, but 30-27 for Tai is got to be up there for the worst scorecard of all time. I mean, the fact is the judge got removed. That doesn't happen. There's no accountability in the sport. Usually they can do a fucking, terrible decision and, get away with it.
What's up, Jaron Villel? Yeah, go ahead.
Jaron Villel sucks, but, I mean, this guy's a bum. Martin, what's his name? Howie Booth Martin.
Howie Booth get booted.
I mean, the crazy thing is, if you look at his MMA decisions, like, he actually has good scorecards generally. I don't know what the fuck he was smoking. Like, did he smoke a joint before this fight and, like, imagine Tai won? Like, I don't understand.
If they're going to talk to him, the smartest thing he could have said was, I switched the scorecards.
I got the fighters wrong. I mean, some people were saying that. Maybe that's the only explanation.
Listen, if I fucked up like this, and they come to me like, dude, this is impossible. You can score that 30-27. I would have said, oh, let me see. Oh, I switched it up. What's a worse scorecard? That or 49-46 Costa? Yeah, Dave Torelli is out of the doghouse for me. You know what I mean? So
but that's so bad too. That was so bad.
But what I mean,
I will say this fight was a little bit more clear. I would say, but like they're both clear.
Bro, 48-47 Vera against Sandhagen.
That's bad too. I mean, there's some really bad scorecards in MMA, dude. There's a problem with the judging in the sport. It has been for years. Every week there's a bad scorecard. This is bad though. This is fucking terrible. Anyways, I'm glad the right guy won. Biggie Boy, I saw his post fight. I think he wants to fight Spivak next. He mentioned, and who's the other guy? Or Tabura, one of those guys. He said because he's trying to move up the ranks. I'm okay with those fights.
I give him Pavlovich.
I don't mind it either, honestly. Like I think heavyweight they need contenders. He's won 3 straight or 2 straight actually. Sorry, 2 straight. He looked great against Shamil. I thought he looked good against Tai. Like I thought Jairzinho had a good fight, Marcel. Like he was very technical.
Very smart fight. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tai's dangerous, right? You don't want to just, brawl with the guy. He has to put Tai 5...
Tai with his toes against his knee.
I saw that. 5 straight losses, dude. Yeah. I don't think they cut him, though. I think they keep him.
I also don't think so. They like him too much.
Who's Tai going to fight next?
I mean, they kind of give him every bum outside of the top 15, pretty much.
You think they try to build a young guy off of him, maybe?
Possible, but...
What about the knees? You like that one?
Huh? Why not do it? Or do Robellis to Spain. Do Robellis to Spain if he wins against Austin Lane.
They could do that too. Tai is a fan favorite. I also feel like he's on a big decline, dude. He's only 31, which is crazy to me, Marcel. He looks way older. He's taking so much damage in his career. I mean, Tai is a guy who doesn't love Tai Tuivasa, right? Like he's a fan favorite. Part of me was hoping he'd win just to drink from the shoe, but yeah, I mean, he got picked apart in this fight. Jairzinho was.
Did you ever have a shoey?
No, I was talking to these guys about it on the stream last night, and they were asking me how much like you'd want. Like the guy was like, "Yo, how much would you like? Would I need to pay you to drink it on my shoe?" I said, "If it's a brand new shoe, I'll do it right now for free, right? Brand new shoe." But those ones that you've been wearing around, walking around with, you have to pay me like a lot of money to do that.
I did the shoey of Gilbert Ivel's shoe, man.
Oh God, Gilbert Ivel's shoe. God damn.
He said he wore the shoe only once, but it was like
it, bro.
I had to, man. It was like how do you say that?
Lost a bet.
Yeah.
You guys are throwing some pretty good suggestions out there. And by the way, I agree with this fight. This comment. Yeah, I agree with that. But like at the same time, I mean, we all thought he won the fight. So, Aspinall's YouTube reaction, I didn't see that. Didn't see it. But yeah, Tom is better than those guys, obviously. Ty and Gaziv, they could do that fight too. I don't. Ty, they're not going to cut Ty. Now that we're talking about it, like they're not going to cut him. And to be fair, Ty's only lost top 15 guys, top 10 guys actually.
The problem is Gaziv is going to take him down probably, but does Gaziv have the gas to also take him down in the second round? You know what I mean? So,
performance bonus goes to Carlos Prates for becoming the first guy to knock out Li Jingliang. Great fight, great performance. Guy's good, man. So they didn't credit him to any knockdowns in the first round. It seemed like there was 2, and then 2 more in the second round. He called it Chaos Williams, which I don't mind the fight. Chaos is good and he's underrated. But to me, Marcel, I mean, you beat a guy like Li Jingliang who's never been KO'd and knock him out. That gets you a ranked opponent. So for me, I'd rather see him fight a guy in the top 15, which I think would be Michael Page or Luque. Those are the 2 guys I looked at that are available and they're ranked. You like those fights?
Let's do Michael Page.
I think it's an interesting fight too. You know, could be boring, but could be exciting too. But I don't mind Luque either. I don't mind that fight. Luque is not going to fight Nick Diaz. That fight's never happened, guys. Right? You think that's going to happen?
No.
That's not happening. It's crazy they even booked it. It's crazy they booked that fight.
Yeah, for Abu Dhabi.
Crazy. They did the promotion and everything. But yeah, I don't mind those fights because I'm looking at the rankings and most of the other guys are booked right now. The only other guy that's not booked is Gary. But even though I don't think the UFC loves Gary right now because he hasn't been looking like amazing. His fights haven't been amazing lately. He's still obviously 7. So, yeah, I mean, they could do this KO Williams fight. But anyways, you like this guy, right, Prates?
Yeah, he's good, man. I mean, he has impressed so far.
I think he's good. Prates Earl's match would be good. Prates Magny Morales winner. They could, but I feel like Morales is on a different path too. Brian Battle's another good fighter. Brian Battle's fighting on the Paris card against
Kevin Chusey.
Yeah, I thought Battle would get a better opponent too. I mean, Chusey's good, but yeah. Coltis bring back Parker Porter. He actually showed Parker in the highlights for Junior Tafa. It's like one of the only guys he could beat.
Braxton Smith.
Oh my God. He lost one fight and got cut, right? Crazy. Then he's got a new contract fight. Okay, so I guess he wouldn't be fighting him. I don't know who maybe Marcel knows, he won't tell us, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Renat's a good show too. Renat's another guy that could be ranked. Renat's very good. I don't mind the Chaos fight. Chaos is good, man. He's underrated. JDM, I mean, it's a good fight, but JDM's going to fight someone in the top 5, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
JDM? Yeah. Dalby's another guy that people were talking about too. I don't mind that fight either. Like, any of these guys make sense that you're saying.
Bonfim.
That's another. I feel like he's ahead of him, man. I feel like this guy. Because you go out there, not only is Prates winning, he's knocking everyone out. He's 3-0 in the UFC, 3 knockouts. And I think he's won 10 straight fights by knockout, like in his career. Like, he's knocked everyone.
I have a good one for you, Randy Brown.
I don't mind that either. Isn't Randy Brown fighting someone next? Does he have a fight?
I
don't mind that fight. Randy Brown, another, like, that's the thing with some divisions, like there's like women's bantamweight, you cannot get 15 fighters. You have Chelsea Chandler at 15, and she's never fought at 135, right? Then you have welterweight, Marcel, where there's 10 guys we just named that are not ranked at all. Like Randy Brown, Renat. These guys aren't ranked, and they're all very good fighters. I think in that division, you should have top 25. It's crazy, man. Dricus is just, yeah, and the Hooker win was crazy too. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Walter Walker gets the submission win over Junior Tafa, heel hook. So, good for this guy, man, to get his win and save his job. Tafa, bad loss, 1-3 in the UFC. I think they'll give him one more fight because he did take that Tafa, the Rogerio de Lima fight at short notice. But getting heel hooked is a bad look. I'm 100% fine with the stoppage. And I think that it was pretty embarrassing. The commentators didn't know that that's legit. What do you think?
Yeah, same. I mean, why don't they know? Don't they know that? Also, like, it makes people really confused, man. Online as well. The thing
Really
is, like,
confused.
if
Yep.
you scream, if you scream, the referee can stop it and say it's like a verbal tap. It's in the rules.
You mean
So
confusing people like saying soccer kicks are going to be illegal? You mean like that?
yeah, like that. It's but it's in the rules, man. So I don't know why people are arguing that the referee did something wrong. Steve Percival did what was in the rules. You know what I mean? So I don't know
Scream
why.
on pain if you don't want the fight to be stopped, right?
I don't know why Tafa was so mad.
He was so salty and slapped her
yeah.
after the fight. Like, it was awful. Really, kind of a sore loser look, and I expected more from the guy, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know. What do you think about the slap? I know it wasn't hard, but like,
I mean, remember Paul Daly, Josh Koscheck? I know
yeah,
that
I
was
mean,
a
why
punch,
was he
but
allowed
still.
to slap him like that? Like, I don't get it. To be honest with
Weird.
you. Anyways, would you cut him or would you give him more because he did take the last fight short notice?
Listen, I don't mind Tafa. You can give him another fight, in my opinion. But the same thing is like, why would the UFC keep him around? Definitely after last night, where he slapped the guy after the fight. Maybe
what about 205 for the guy? Maybe he has to make a move.
Yeah, I think it would be better for him. But I mean, we'll see. We will see.
Dana wasn't there, by the way, too. Dana wasn't there, so
of course not.
Yeah. What was Dana doing? I mean, he couldn't fly for Izzy Adesanya fight. I can't believe he wasn't there. Honestly, I know he's been going around the world, but come on, he has to be there Tuesday night contender series.
Listen. Unless if there is something important with family or whatever, I don't know. It's always can happen. But at the same time, last time there was a card, and he's like posting about his cold plunge and that kind of stuff. Was like, dude, come on, dude.
It's a bad look, but Dana doesn't care at this point. I mean, to be fair to Dana, like he's been around the world and back 100 times. But I mean, for me, it's like you're gonna book Adesanya. If this was like the Pantoja card, I would understand that, Marcel. But like, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me he wasn't there.
If John Jones was on the card, he would have been there.
Oh, he'd be there, and he would have the lube ready. That's for sure. So, all right, let's get this comment. By the way, I like this one too. Yuri and Izzy. Do you like that at 185?
Yeah.
That's
the last Stylebender against.
Did you see the picture of Yuri with that wombat thing? Like that animal? Did you see that picture? You didn't see that?
No, I don't think so.
Yuri was there as a guest fighter. He was like hugging this like wombat. It's like a dog almost.
Yeah.
It's so cute. It's like this. I don't know if it's a dog, whatever the fuck it is.
You got to show me, man. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen that? Let me find this picture. It's so funny. Let me find this picture. I thought it was so cute. I was like, oh, Yuri's got a heart. Look at this, Marcel. Let's see. Pull it up here for you guys. I'm sure some of you guys saw this. I saw it on Twitter. I thought it was hilarious. Look at this. This guy, Marcel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I like Yuri a lot. Yuri's a character for sure. Walker Pogue, I guess. I mean, I really don't care who Walter Walker fights next. Personally, the Tafa Bros are not that good, man. Let's be honest. They're not. They're one-dimensional strikers. Dana loves gambling. Yeah, he does.
Torrance Brown, you're evil, dude. You're evil.
Walker gets you. Winner gets Admiral. David Shaw's good. I mean, he's definitely good, but I just feel like Dana should have been there. I really think so. It was just Sean Shelby and David Shaw. Hooker looked like a kid of rovers in his tool between rounds. Dan Hooker's one of these guys that like is just a crazy motherfucker, and you have to love him for it. Like Dan Hooker's one of these guys that you couldn't do anything else besides be a fighter. I think Dan's just completely like lost his mind, and he's completely tattooed his whole body. I think you're gonna see Dan get tattoos all over his face soon. It's like his feet, everything. And I love the guy. I mean that in the best possible way. Because honestly, Marcel, you have to be kind of crazy to fight in MMA. You got to be a little bit crazy. This sport is so dangerous, guys. Like you are putting your life on the line every time you step in the cage. No joke. It's crazy we haven't seen a death yet in the UFC. I say that, and I don't want it to happen, Marcel, but I think it'll happen one day. You will see it one day. I don't know who it's going to be. I don't want it to happen, but some guy's going to like get pile dropped in his neck or something, and just it's gonna happen. We almost had was Dada 5000. That was a Bellator, but he almost had a heart. He did have a heart attack, didn't he?
Yeah, cardiac arrest. Yeah, whatever.
Dude, that's crazy. Like, I mean, you hope that the UFC, they have passed their physicals, but Bellator, you never know. Tony Ferguson, God.
Yeah, I said you're evil.
Ferguson could fight Alex Reyes. I guess that fight would make sense. Walker did look good. I will give him credit. He looked a lot better. Jegas Nathan Train would be good. Dan says new five fight contract getting paid. He deserves it, dude. He's had so many. How many fights has Dan had in the UFC? 20 fights now, probably over
Something
20 fights.
like that, yeah.
He's been in the UFC for over 10 years. It's crazy. When he came to the UFC, a lot of people were like, "Yeah, he's not that good," and he had some losses, right? But he's turned into a great fighter over the years, man.
I remember with Dan Hooker, he was always replying on BJ Penn on the Facebook page, and then when he wasn't in the UFC yet, so
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
Nothing but respect for Dan Hooker. I think he's such a great fighter, dude. Like, just yeah. Because fights to make. These are all good fights. All right, let me get the next one. So I had this dog pick right, but I mean it was a close fight. Carter Hallmark defeats Josh Kubel. So to be completely honest, I was driving downtown and I was sitting in the car. I watched part of the fight, but I had to get to the sports interaction, so I didn't see the whole fight. I did see all the leg kicks and stuff in the second round, but for what I saw in the third round, and again, I wasn't paying close enough attention, but it looked like Kubel kind of just blew it almost, and almost had that back take. Any thoughts on that? The third round?
Yeah, man, Josh Sukumtat. I mean, he
Sukumtat? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Sukumtat.
Like Sean O'Malley fight?
Yeah. He injured Ramos's leg in the first round, you know. Still overdid his technique, got his back taken, and loses the first round. Second round, he completely destroys him pretty much, you know, but he doesn't finish. And he was like doing like a certain dance in the octagon where his coach said between second and third round, dude, just focus, stop the bullshit, stop playing around, finish the fight, you know. And then in the third round, he overpowers again or something, you know, and Ramos takes him down and he wins 1-3. It was like this. Listen, man, I don't want to shit on Koulibaly because I like to do it, but this was like giving the fight away, you know, and good for Ramos because otherwise he was 0-3 in his last 3 fights. Now he's 1-2.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good bounce back. But man, dude, I mean, Koulibaly really gave that fight away, man.
Would you cut him or would you give him another fight?
I wouldn't cut him, man. I'm not a dick, but at the same time, you know, yeah. But at the same time, listen, I'm sure if he watches his back and if he thinks back about this, he will be mad at himself, you know, or he will say like, I actually won the fight. I don't know, one of the two, but he should have won the fight.
He has a losing record in the UFC, 3-4-1. So it's possible. Ramos 8-5 now. So he's a little underrated. I know, like, again, a lot of people thought he lost. He's a little underrated, Marcel Ramos. You know, he's one of the, he's like almost like, he's like the gatekeeper kind of fight.
The problem is that you can't trust Ramos. That's a problem, you know. With
I don't know why I trusted him, but I got the pick right. I'll take it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, he is too inconsistent to me.
He is.
And to be really honest, good pick. Don't want to take anything away from you. But if
I mean, it could have went either way, right? Yeah.
If Koulibaly just fights like he should have fought here, he would have won the fight. But yeah. Hey,
I've had some bad ones go against me this year too.
Yeah,
to be fair,
sure.
You know, so it balances out. But yeah, I mean, for what I saw, because again, I missed some of the fight because I was driving. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue this one because I'm looking at the stats: 70-27 in strikes. That's pretty one-sided. You got BR in the chat. He said we convinced him to take Aguilar. Glad to have. By the way, my buddy Mark messaged me. That's the guy that lives kind of like near me. And remember I saw him in the park the one time.
Yeah.
He texted me last night. He's like, "Yo, I took Aguilar because of you guys too." So we convinced a few people on this guy, which is awesome.
That's good.
And I'm glad I convinced myself on it. Everyone just shitting on Koulibaly's fight IQ.
So stupid, man. And also, if you think about Koulibaly, he lost his fight to Lerone Murphy. You know, he loses a close fight against Danny Silva, and now you can bounce back. And he should have bounced back here, and he doesn't do it. He goes 0-3 in his last 3. You know,
rough. Needed to win this fight. He's lost 2 straight split decisions. He's been to a split or majority. He's been to a split 4 times in the UFC, and he's won 2-1 in splits.
He won against Troy, I think, right?
Beat Troy by split, which should have been unanimous.
Yeah, should have been unanimous.
But the Charles Jourdain fight, I mean, that was actually a good performance by him on short notice, I think. His second fight, but yeah. All right, next fight, Casey O'Neill defeats Luana Santos. Yeah, I mean, you want to just, I don't know, Marcel, I guess too much focus on the OnlyFans or something. Like, she didn't come to fight, dude. Dude, she didn't come to fight. She looked terrible, I thought. Casey clearly won the fight. Go ahead.
She never let anything go, man. She was like super hesitant. And Casey, I don't even think Casey was that amazing, but she just blew out the basics and she won the fight easily.
Enough, right?
Yeah, it was more than enough. So yeah, it was an easy win for Casey.
5-2 for Casey now. She snapped a 2-fight losing kid. She did move for her. She went to
fight
Arizona.
ready.
Yeah, Fight Ready, which obviously is a pretty good camp, and she needed to make a change. Going from, I think she was at Extreme before, right?
She was at Extreme, yeah.
Which is a great gym. I mean, you don't really leave that gym, but you look at your career, you lost 2 straight. Marcel, if she had lost this fight, she probably would have been cut. Probably.
I don't know.
Maybe she would have got one more, maybe. But
I mean, it's women division,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but you don't want to risk 3 straight losses.
No, true.
Now, Santos did take on short notice, but she fought a month ago against Marina Agapova, and she won that fight like a minute, right? Wasn't it quick? So it was short notice, but she was in shape, She's still hot, so I don't really care. But yeah. Casey O'Neill celebration. She was doing that ray gun thing, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jack Jenkins far destroys Herbert Burns, which no surprise on this one, right?
Herbert Burns pretty much, and I don't want to.
Is he getting cut? I keep saying, "Are you guys getting cut?" You're like, "No,
yeah.
He's getting cut, right?"
Yeah. He pretty much quit again. Just like an Aljo fight. He was gassed. I mean, what can I say? He started pretty well in the UFC, and then I don't know where
he beat Nate Landwehr with a knee. Like, remember that fight? He knocked him the fuck out, and then
I think it was 3-0 in the beginning.
Right? I look here in 2-0, but he also beat Minder on Contender. Then he beat Evan Dunham and Landwehr, but 4 straight losses now all by knockout too.
Yeah,
and he's kind of been a quitter in these fights too, right?
Yeah, the Aljo fight was pretty bad. And I also think this one wasn't good. So
no, he's getting cut. He
can't
give him another fight. I know it was short notice, to be fair to the guy, but even if it was a full camp, I think he would have lost anyways. But also on the second round, he actually had a takedown, had top control, and then he went for some heel hook, or I think it was a guillotine or heel hook. I can't remember. Remember the second round?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think it was a heel hook actually. I'm thinking about it. And he went in his back, and then he lost the fight.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he stayed on top, he could have won the round.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just bad fight IQ too. I talked about this in the Discord. I'm like, is there any pair of brothers that are both good? Because it seems like at least one brother sucks and the other one is amazing, right?
The Shogun and Murillo wasn't bad.
He was okay.
It was not
like
amazing.
One was a lot better than the other. I wouldn't say sucks. That's not the right term to use, but one is like good. Okay, to be fair, like if you're in the UFC, you don't really suck. I mean, in comparison to the other fighters, yeah, but like I would say, is there any pair of brothers that one's like almost elite and then the other one's not that good? Because like there's a lot.
Cole Shelton says the Diaz brothers. Yeah.
Diaz, you know what, Cole? I mean, you might be right. Oh yeah, the Bastrop brothers is a good pick too. I like this one, but I think the Diaz brothers is not a bad pick. Because I look at the other ones, I was thinking like the Walkers, like, and then obviously you have Burns. I was thinking Joe Lozon, his brother Dan Lozon, who was very good, right?
Yeah, and the Brown brothers.
What Brown?
Matt and Randy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
No, but even the next fight, Alex Reyes, like, okay, I'll give him the guy credit. I mean, he did well, but I mean, Dominic's way better, obviously, right? Anyways, with this fight. Oh, by the way, Duplessis has a brother too in MMA. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But
he's not good.
Neil Duplessis. Yeah.
He's not very good, right?
Yeah. True.
Tom Nolan defeats Alex Reyes by decision. I think Tom Nolan's overrated, dude. I'm just gonna say it right now. What do you think?
He was definitely not a minus 1300 guy or whatever he was there because.
How'd you score it?
Yeah, man, he won the fight in my opinion.
Did you have the first round for Reyes or no?
You could give it to Reyes, I think. Was a possibility. Yeah, I mean, he won. He should have won, but it wasn't like amazing. You know what I mean?
He definitely won, but he didn't look the part. I tweeted this last night. So Reyes was a plus 800 underdog, but the fight to go the distance and no one to win the decision was plus 1,000. So it was actually less likely that no one would win a decision in this fight. So I think that. Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look for Tom Nolan. I don't know how. I mean, he's only 24, but like in the 3 fights, he's shown a lot of flaws in his game. And I mean, it's a guy I'll look to fade in the future against someone that's decent. By the way, I was thinking about the Miller brothers too, Cole. Dan Miller was just okay. Jim Miller's obviously a legend. So, you think Jim Miller's a Hall of Famer, by the way, Jim?
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
He probably will get in. Yeah.
What about
Rashad
and Lance Evans? Or Clay Guida and Jason
Guida. Yeah, you have one guy, Clay Guida, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he's kind of like a pioneer.
Matt and Nick Sarah.
Slaps him now. Who?
Yeah, Matt and Nick Sarah, Mark or Matt Hughes.
I mean, those
Or
are like
Jason, what's his Jared Roshold and Jake Roshold.
dude. Anymore? I mean, you're naming some good ones. Yeah, anymore.
Rafael Assunção and Junior Assunção.
Dude, you're killing me. I mean, did you Google this or something?
No, absolutely not.
You're amazing. Look at this. I'm gonna Google it. Is there any UFC
the Nogueira brothers, actually?
Okay. Oh yeah, the Nogueira brothers. Oh yeah, the Pettis brothers too. Those guys are both good. You know what? Pettis brothers, I would say, are both pretty good. I just Googled it, by the way. The Ellenberger brothers. You had one that was
Usman
good,
brothers.
Who?
Usman brothers.
Oh yeah, you have one that's amazing and one that's not good. The Shamrock brothers were both good, I guess. That's actually pair. And you know what? It might be the Shamrock brothers, eh? Ken and Frank. It could be. They could. Maybe the Nogueiras. The Bonfim brothers. We forgot about them too. The Bonfim's both good.
Overeem brothers.
Who?
Overeem brothers.
Oh, the Overeem. Yeah, Alistair's amazing. Valentine is not that good.
Kosi brothers.
The Kosi's. Orion was okay, and Lewis got cut after. Well, they're both cut now, but man, there's some really good picks there. There's another one, Villafort brothers. There's another pair that fought in the UFC. Danilo Villafort, Yuri Villafort.
Yeah, of course. And the
I just Googled it. I just went to
Yuri and Ildemar.
Alcantara's? Yeah.
Andre and Tyron Roberts were very back in the day.
And then for women, it's just the Shevchenko sisters. Is that it for the women?
Yeah, you have. Well, I think you have brother and sister pairings. You have the Alex Pereira and his sister. You got Shavkat Romanov and his sister.
Yep.
I remember Rodrigo Dam and his sister Karina Dam.
Yep. That's a good. You know what, Marcel? You got a good memory, dude. I'll give you credit, man. Your brain hasn't been destroyed by all that weed you consume over there in Netherlands. How many languages you speak? You speak, what, 3, I think? Right?
I can speak Dutch, obviously, English. I can understand German a little bit. I can speak it a little bit. I really understand French a really tiny little bit.
Yeah, I thought you spoke French for some reason. I don't know why I thought that.
Tiny little bit. I just do it, c'est Adin Martin, right? So it's just for fun. But.
Wait, hold on. Is Jose Caceres Alex's brother? The guy who submitted...
Yeah.
Usman? What? Yeah. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. How did I not know that? Are you serious?
Yeah, 100%.
You're joking, right?
No.
Holy shit, I didn't know that. Okay, good call. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, Kamosi brothers, Brian and Chris. They fought in the UFC too. Gracie and Jr., another pair.
Yeah.
Ferguson's Kevin and Tony.
you had 2 brothers on... the Ferguson brothers, BJ Ferguson and somebody.
They fought on the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe this right now. Emelianenko is Alex and Fedor. Again, you have the GOAT and you have this bag of shit, his brother, who's a terrible person, right?
Yeah.
He's in jail, right? Is he in jail?
I think he's out now, but he has been in jail for
Hopefully
a long time.
Hopefully he didn't hear the podcast. Hopefully
he does not speak English, I think.
That's crazy. He's going to come after me. I think there's some more that we're forgetting, too, by the way. I mean, I know we went a little bit off track, but it's actually kind of a fun conversation to have. I'm just looking at this list. We had the list here. There's a list.
Are we forgetting some good ones?
We named almost all of them, I think. Let me see here, guys, really quick. Marcel named actually almost all of them. You killed. Augusto Montano and Eric Montano.
Oh, of course. Oh, you also have those Mexican brothers who are like 3 on tough. Remember?
I can't
2 fought in the UFC and one was on tough.
Urbinas, the Urbinas.
The Urbinas, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, they're still in the UFC. Daniel Tamer, David Tamer, another pair.
Of course, yeah.
Afshan Mokhtarian, Suman Mokhtarian. That's another one.
The Australians, yeah.
Abu Azatar, Otman Azatar.
Of course, yeah.
Mizuki Inoue and Naoki Inoue.
Yeah, that was a brother-sister, yeah.
Eric Silva, Gabriel Silva, another one.
Yeah.
The Dawkins brothers.
Of course, yeah.
The Figueiredo brothers. Dude, there's so many. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. The Quinones brothers, another pair.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
The
Topuria brothers too. If you want to count Alexandra, is he signed with the UFC, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, fucking wild. The Aspen Ladner brother. I don't know if he'll ever make it to the UFC. We're talking about just UFC, Zach, but yeah, I mean those are good picks. Oh yeah, I see your comment here. Yeah. Oh, Nurmagomedov. Wait, Abubakar? Who's he brothers with?
No, he's not the brothers with Khabib.
Usman is related. Umar's brother though. Usman
is with Umar brothers. Yeah.
They're both champ. No, Umar's not champion. I think he might be. All right. Back to the card, just 2 more fights left. Song Kanon defeats Ricky Glenn. Yeah, I mean, he clearly beat the shit out of him. You think Ricky gets cut?
I think so. Yeah, to be honest, I don't hope so for him, but I think so.
Yeah, tough as hell though. And then we had that upset on the first fight. Marcel Jesus Aguilar, big upset there over Stuart Nickel. Like I told you guys, I watched the tape on the guy, and like he's just beating up really terrible fighters. Like it just wasn't what I needed to see. You know, just again, if you watch regional MMA, it's really easy to actually take guys down, just beat them up. Like it's actually easy to do. It's hard to do at the UFC level. So, anyways, overall, I mean, it was a great card, right? Anything else you want to say about?
No, I liked it a lot. Great card, fun fights. So, yeah. By the way, Crazy Pato, good one as well. Yeah, the Imavov brothers.
Who's Nazardine's brother?
Dagir. He's fighting for Aras, I think.
Oh, okay. So he'll be in the UFC soon, you think?
They're trying. I know they're trying, but
yeah,
never know.
All right. Anything else you want to say about UFC? Or are you good?
I'm good.
All right. So yeah, I think we both had it like a 9 out of 10, or he said 8.5. But yeah, I mean it was a really good card. You okay? Oh, he sneezed and he closed it for us. Thank you, Marcel. Let's go to the next card. We'll just do PFL and then we'll do Contender Series. Did you watch PFL?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
It didn't give me a hard one, but it was pretty okay. You know.
Don't need to know about that. Don't need to envision that in my mind.
Sorry.
I don't need to think of some small, like, shriveled thing in my mind, dude. Let's go to the card, though. I mean, Impa against Silveira was an easy fight to call. Your boy Dovlet, I think you picked him, didn't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice pick over Wilkinson.
We also both had a good pick with Primus. So
yeah, Primus is good, man. Okay, I'll get your thoughts really quick. Who wins, Impa or Dovlet?
I'm still going Impa with that one.
Probably, yeah. I mean, Dolphin's pretty good, but yeah, I think Impa is solid, man. Dude, if Impa wins another $1 million, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, I hope so for him. Also, I don't mean that I don't hope it for Dovlet, but
yeah, be cool no, Impa's a good dude. Gadzi Rabanov looked great again, and then Bright Primus. Who wins? Tough one, eh?
Rabadanov or against Primus? I'm going Rabadanov, dude.
I'm thinking so too, but I love Bright Primus, though, man. I just think he's really underrated. He's such a good fighter. Like, no one gave him credit for beating Chandler because it was an injury, but he still has that win on his resume. Bright Primus has been in the game for a long time. I think he's 39, so he's an older guy, and it's nice to see these guys that are older than me, you know, doing really well. I'm going to skip the next fight because it's a joke. Balaji Ali Welsh.
Your favorite.
He fought an absolute scrub. I mean, come on. That fight's a joke. The best fight in the card was probably Danny Sabatello against Lazaro Dayron, which is crazy to say. Or one of the better fights. Dude, this was a really good fight. You saw this fight, right?
I saw it, yeah, of course.
How the fuck did Danny Sabatello not get knocked out by that punch?
Yeah.
He woke up like a second later. It's crazy. I'm okay with the draw, by the way. I know some people are, they thought Danny won second, third. But I think the third round, I think Dayron could have won the round. And it obviously grabbed the fence and the point deduction. But I think rematch. I think a rematch makes sense. I actually wouldn't mind a rematch. Would you like to see one? A rematch?
That's okay. But talking about fence grabbing, we didn't even talk about it. Adesanya yesterday, dude.
Oh, he grabbed it like 4 times in a row. And
Goddard didn't even see it. Yeah.
Didn't even say anything. It was crazy. Yeah, it was wild. Mads Burnell, another win for him. I'm assuming Mads will be like the alternate if someone gets hurt in the lightweight final, right?
Mads want to fight Shane, right? So
I was going to ask you about that. So your boy, did you talk to Shane? Did you message him?
Yeah, of course.
What did he say? What did Shane say?
He was laughing. He's like he wants to fight me for a long time, and I'm down with it. So if they can make the fight, I'm definitely down.
I heard someone say that they already talked about it beforehand, so they knew this fight was going to happen. But yeah, I mean that they should put that on that card. That last, that super card or whatever with Nagano and stuff.
Yeah, that's what Shane hopes.
Yeah, that card, right? So that's Nagano and Ferreira, Cyborg Pacheco, and then you have the finals for the tournaments on the same card. Okay. So
I don't know. I don't know if.
Oh, is it not? Card. Is it a different card?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know either. Actually, I don't know either. I'm going to double check.
Somebody in the comments knows. Let us know.
I'm going to double check because I wasn't sure about that either.
Finals are a different card, says Zach.
Okay. By the way, the other fight we missed was AJ McKee and Paul Hughes, although Ray Sefo was like, "Oh, it's not confirmed yet." That's what Ray Sefo said, even though Mike Hector already tweeted it out on YouTube. Or not fighting, I mean.
They probably would announce it themselves.
Yeah. Next fight, Thad Jean looked really good against Chris Brown. I mean, that was a close fight. Chris Brown is a weird striking style, man. It was a crazy fight. The Jordan Oliver guy won, but he didn't look that good against Brandon Nakao. I don't think he looked that good. And then Michelle Montague had a joke of a fight. She was minus 3,800. The fight was such a joke. Overall, I mean, like there were some good fights on this card. It was a decent card. I mean, PFL is hit or miss for me, dude. You know.
Did you see Dana's tweet about?
I saw that. So there was a fight between Brendan Allen and Martin Vittori, and Alex Bahunin tweeted it. And I guess Dana follows Alex. Does he follow him?
I don't know. Maybe.
How did he see that? That's so weird that he saw that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Alex tweeted out. Dana's like, well, there's probably better. These are better fights than in PFL. So, you know what Dana has to think about PFL. Last thing I want to ask, just really quickly about was Contender Series, Marcel. Week 1. Just get your thoughts really fast on the fights, which we did see 4 fighters get UFC contracts. Mansour Abdul Malik, excuse me. Knockout win over Wes Schultz gets a contract. Bruno Lopez gets a knockout win, gets a contract. Jose Delgado gets a contract for his knockout win. Lodi Kavanaugh gets a knockout win, gets a contract. Rami Hamed, we both picked as an underdog, by the way. He didn't get a contract. So we had four finishes, all got contracts, all the knockouts, and the one guy went this distance didn't. I'm okay with the decisions by Dana on this one. What do you think?
I would only give 2 guys a contract, not 4.
First 2 guys?
But, yeah. I think those guys were the most impressive. I think I think Bruno wasn't impressive at all. It's good that he won, you know, that he got the revenge of last year. But I don't think that should be taken into consideration, in my opinion. And that dude that pretty much gave up, you know, the Georgian guy, the Siciliani dude. Then we had like Rami Hamed, short notice fight. I don't blame him, you know, for the way he fought, but I understand that they didn't give it to him. And then the last one, Mansour Abdul Malik, I don't think it was that great of a fight, to be honest, man. Everybody was like, "Oh my god!"
He was like shitting his pants over it. I don't understand. That, to be honest with you. Like,
I mean,
it was an okay fight. They were both sloppy though. Like
the first 2 fights were way better. I actually think they should have done the card upside down.
I was thinking, like, I'm looking at the card right now, like it should have been the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I mean, I don't mind these contracts though. By the way, that Meng Ding guy does not look anything like his Tapology picture. And there's no way that guy's 29, dude. There's no
people
way.
Get older, Adam. People get older.
Oh, they get older, eh? Okay.
No,
all
but
right,
I have no idea, man. But I mean, I felt like it was a padded record. We said it last week, and I think it showed.
I'm with Zach too. I mean, Torres Finney had to fight again. He got a deal now, or he didn't get a deal. Yeah, he has to fight again. I think this week, right? Or
so. What about that James Allen, whatever?
Daniel James, did he win? Did he win his fight? In LFA? Did he win?
I don't know. Did he fight? I didn't even know.
Yeah,
he
he's
fought,
in LFA now. Yeah. Let me double check.
Yeah, go ahead.
Daniel, he got ripped off by Dana. He's 32. He's not even that old.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he didn't fight it yet. But when's the fight, guys? Zach, when is he fighting? I thought
he fought Jacoby Jones.
Zach, when is he fighting? Do you know? Daniel James Allen? It's like he's a guy that should have been signed. He's also older guy, but not like here's the thing. What do you think of Dana when he's like, well, we're not looking for 30-year-old prospects? Like, what do you think of that?
It's so stupid, man. The dude rules over a guy who's 8-1 with finishes over 0-0 opponents. But when a guy comes who is 12-8, or no, 12-5, you know, but has 5 losses against legit opponents, he's like, oh yeah, but you have 5 losses. I'm like, dude, probably a better dude than an 8-0 guy who only fought some kind of how do you say that? Whatever. Guys from the street.
Yeah. By the way, he's fighting on September 13th. It was my birthday, so he's fighting on my birthday, Daniel James Allen. So I'll wish him the good luck from me. All right, I think we're good for this. We have to do the preview podcast, Marcel. So just end this one right now, guys. Appreciate everyone joining us. Obviously, it's always a lot of fun to do this show with you guys, and hopefully you guys can stick around for the UFC Vegas 96 preview. If not, I understand. It's okay. But appreciate that. I'm going to tweet it out in a second, guys. I'll take this last comment.
I don't. You just stay around for us, guys. No. Not we understand. You stay around.
Thoughts on Dana looking for a fight? I don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, I thought they would just get contracts in the UFC with that. But
and then that you saw that he walked away when Pat Pitlick was to fight.
I didn't watch the show. I should watch it because it was in Toronto.
Dude, so So Pat Pitlick's wife or girlfriend comes up to him. She's like, "Oh, my husband is fighting next." He's like, "Who's your husband?" Pat Pitlick. She says, "Oh," she's like, "He's gonna knock out the motherfucker or something." And Dana's like laughing, and she's like, "Don't go anywhere. Watch the fight." He's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then he has a bathroom break right when Pat Pitlick has to fight.
Oh God. Well, nature calls. Anyways, I'm gonna end the show, guys. We'll start new one up here. We'll preview UFC Vegas 96. Stick around. We'll tweet it on a second.